The LCD-1 are Audeze's newest headphones. They were a big surprise to a lot of people, since it was apparently designed and built in secret. I suppose Audeze was worried that Monoprice would copy them. Oh wait, Monoprice already released the M570. Never mind. The LCD-1 are Audeze's lowest impedance headphones and lowest costing headphones. The drivers are 90mm planar magnetic with a frequency response of 10 Hz to 50,000 Hz. The impedance is 16 ohms, although an Audeze representative in an interview with Sound on Sound said it was lower. I'm not sure why Audeze would claim a different number, but I assume it was just a mistake. I've had a chance to listen to these headphones for a few hours, and I can say they do sound good, but I'm not blown away. In fact, there are some immediate issues that I very much dislike. For example, the soundstage is about average. Orchestral compositions, hip-hop, modern pop, and ambience music, all of it sounds like it's being played from decent speakers in a small room. There is no sense of verticality, that is, sound coming from above your head, or depth, sound coming from in front or behind you. Consequently, there is no 3D effect. I also noticed that at high volume, just under my maximum listening volume, the bass started to distort. In songs like Pure Water, the drum distorted and started interfering with the vocals, creating a very obvious and obnoxious distortion sound. It was similar with Drum Solo by Jack Bruce and Simon Phillips, and in Want You Back by Haim. It was all very consistent. You could argue that perhaps the driver is faulty, and I did think about that. But usually when there is a driver problem, it's just one of the drivers. The distortion occurs in both, exactly the same, at precisely the same time. Moreover, there is no such distortion at lower volume. Consequently, below my personal maximum volume threshold, the drivers do not distort and the bass instruments sound fairly clean and clear. You could say, well, don't listen to max volume. Sure, that will solve the problem, but I figure some of you might want to know since, well, you are spending $400. You've all heard of the speed of light. It is 186,000 miles per second in a vacuum, but it pales in comparison to the speed of hype. On October 16, 2019, Metal 571 uploaded a video about his impressions of the LCD-1. Nobody had heard of the LCD-1. Joshua Velour even commented he had no idea. Apparently, Metal got his hands on the headphones before anyone else. His review was among the first, if not the first, on YouTube. And people started gushing. "Oh my god," they exclaimed, "these things look amazing. I'm definitely going to buy one, and it looks like a winner." Many people immediately placed an order with Audeze based upon Metal's review. Except, it wasn't much of a review. And since October 16th, Metal has not provided an updated video. It has been 36 days since that video was uploaded, and mine has been uploaded here. He did, however, glare upon the LCD-1 like a newly married husband gazes upon his new wife at the altar. That's a little weird. But no follow-up from Metal. Some people were much more cautious. Several repeatedly asked Metal for more information. Tell us about the detail retrieval, the soundstage, the comparison to other Audeze headphones. Is the LCD-1 even worth consideration over the LCD-2? People over and over again asked Metal how the LCD-1 compared to the Sundara, the LCD-2, the M570, the LCD-X, and eventually Metal had to give very curt answers, which were themselves rather ambiguous. I point this out now to undermine Metal's conclusions or credibility. I think his conduct can speak for itself. Instead, I do it to pour some ice on this hot lava volcano outside the town of Hypeville. I do it to slow down the hype train just a little so that you people don't end up making a purchase that you might regret. This video is not about the overall conclusion. If you watch my channel, you know I do thorough tests and comparisons. The LCD-1 will be put through its paces. But I want to emphasize that certain reviewers are already setting a very high standard for these headphones. Metal, for example, cannot think of any headphone worth buying under $500, other than the LCD-1, of course. He says that the sound signature of the LCD-1 is similar to the Audeze Mobius, A headphone designed for gaming, one that I've listened to and found was worth about $100 in its sonic presentation. Audeze's website says that the LCD-1 are for critical use for mixing and monitoring. Audeze sent a representative to AES 2019 and Sound on Sound got a 2-minute interview. The interviewer asked what is the sound signature of the LCD-1, and in response the representative said,
"In terms of sound quality, how does this compare to existing Audeze models?"
This sits very comfortably in our LCD line. It's very neutral, perfect for mixing, mastering, studio use. Since they're so lightweight, you can wear them all day long, and they'll tell you exactly what you need to hear.
This, of course, means that the LCD-1 should be a fully neutral headphone capable of studio use. These headphones will, quote, tell you exactly what you need to hear, the representative said. I have some concerns about this $400 headphone. The distorted bass at high volume and average soundstage are too. I am also bothered by the plastic build. There are very few metal pieces. The grill is plastic, the yoke is plastic, the headband sits on my head like an inflated whoopee cushion, the clamping force is a tiny bit too tight, and the ear pads are about an inch too small, which causes my ears to hit the inside of the ear cup. There is a noticeable pressure point right at the top of my head because of this weird padding. Then there is the folding mechanism. Now, don't get me wrong, the headphones fold fine, but in most other folding headphones, you can retract the ear cups further into the headband area. The LCD-1 fold up smaller, of course, but not by much. You really don't save significant room with this folding mechanism. I believe that the V-Moda crossfade headphones have the most compact folding design, and the LCD-1 should not be mistaken as anything like it. Then there is the overall comfort issue. I spoke of the headband and ear cup and pressure points. Audeze expects us to wear these headphones for hours without fatigue. While that may be true for some people, it certainly was not my experience in the 2 hours I had them on my head to do a quick test. My ears became very hot very quickly. Moreover, even though the LCD-1s are only 16 ohm headphones, strangely, my Hibi R6 had to be around 75% volume to get the headphones very loud. On my RME 80i2, I start hearing music at negative 78.3 decibels, and the headphones become comfortably loud at negative 35.5 decibels. Sure, you can run these off your cell phone, but I think you'll probably want an amplifier. The sound itself is less than neutral. Metal and other reviewers say that this headphone can be used professionally. Well, yeah, sure, of course you can. But there are much more neutral headphones available and cheaper. So far, I would say that the headphones sound quite clear, but for that bass distortion at a very high volume. The soundstage is, as I said, average. There seems to be a slight boost in the bass, and the mids appear just about a step at the bass. There is no treble harshness that I can tell, no matter which song that I play. So far, it's a good headphone. Whether my impression will change to amazement is yet to be seen. When we do head-to-head comparisons, perhaps my eyes will be open, but as of right now, we are nowhere close to that mark. If it sounds like I'm being overly negative about the LCD-1, that's not what I intend. I am merely pointing out the obvious issues that I see. You will hear many glowing things about the LCD-1. You do not need another unboxing video to continue the hype. So, unless you're an Audeze fanboy, and let's be honest, I really do like Audeze headphones, except for the Mobius, you'll probably want to know if your $400 should be spent elsewhere. Or, more importantly, if your inner child really needs to spend $400 on this headphone. Let me advise this much. There is no hurry to order the LCD-1. Like with the vast majority of hype products, there are usually plenty of negatives to help ignore the hype train's wailing whistle.